Hi everyone, Sandra Vale here at Homesteading Ways, and today I'm going to talk to you about a wild edible called goldenrod. Now a lot of people think of it as a weed, but it really is a lot more than that. Goldenrod has a lot of medicinal qualities, and I will put a link about those qualities down in the description box. But what I'm talking about today is actually eating it as a food. Now chances are you've seen it before. It does start to grow in spring, but it doesn't start blooming until late July, early August, depending on where you're located. And it will continue to bloom through most of October. And you can harvest it before bloom and actually during bloom, especially if you're looking to get the flowers. You know, you can eat the flowers, you can eat the leaves, but most of what we're talking about for eating, being edible in your everyday meals, would be the leaves. Okay, back behind where I was standing, there's a really good example of goldenrod in all the different stages. Like right down here, for example, this is goldenrod before it puts off any kind of blossoms at all. And then right next to it, it's getting ready. Oops, a shadow there. Sorry guys. Here we go. It's getting ready to put off the little shoots for the blossoms. But here, can you see here? They're getting ready to start setting their flowers. There's a couple of them here. And then here, they are first now just starting to open. And over this way, they are opening. Now as you can see here, goldenrod doesn't like to grow by itself. It'll usually have a few of its buds with, and it also likes hanging out with Queen Anne's lace or wild carrot. So that's one way you can identify it. And contrary to very popular belief, you are not allergic to goldenrod. In fact, probably nobody is. People believe that because they tend to get an allergic reaction when it blooms. But that's because it blooms at the same time as ragweed. Goldenrod has very little pollen, and what pollen it does have is very heavy and it's sticky. It needs to be insect pollinated, not wind pollinated. Therefore, it doesn't blow around in the wind. Harvesting is very easy. You're just going to cut the plant and put it in a bag. Now, I don't cut all the way down to the bottom. I'd say I come up, oh geez, almost 50% of the way and then cut. And you can use the flowers and the leaves, like I said. This is just starting to bloom, so I'm going to leave that until it does bloom. But I will grab some plants like this, preferably the ones without any kind of bird doo-doo on them, and use the leaves. But then I will grab one of these in full bloom because it's really good with tea. Goldenrod tea tends to be a little bit on the bitter side, so I tend to mix it with mint and sometimes honeysuckle. It really is a great flavor. And in fact, I guess a good way to explain the goldenrod flavor would be it's a bit like anise, like a black licorice. It has, like I said, a lot of good properties into it, so look it up and make yourself some tea. Okay, so now you may be asking, how do I use this? How do I cook this? Goldenrod, the leaves, cook up just like spinach. So plan on using it however you would spinach. Use it in a salad, use it in cooked foods. Also, if you blanch it, you can freeze it, and then you'll have it all winter and spring before it starts blooming again or growing again, to use in soups and stews and casseroles and stir fries, stuff like that. So it is easy to store. It's just good to have an extra green in your diet whenever you can, and the leaves are really nutritional. As a side note, if you've noticed what I'm wearing, because I think I might get a few questions on it, because I get questions on it almost every time I'm outside wearing it. This is one of these netting jackets. I also have pants, because unlike my husband Paul, pretty much every time I go outside, I get bit by something. I've been bit by chiggers, by ticks, by mosquitoes, and spiders. And he seems to never get bit by anything. I mean, we do find ticks on him, but none of them have ever bit or burrowed in as of yet. And a lot of times I get, really tired of having to put repellent on. I do make my own because I don't want to bathe myself in DEET every time I walk out the door. But even still, this is just easier. And back up a little bit so you can see this is a medium size, so it fits really well. And there's cinches here and at the waist, and then the hood comes up and you can zip it, so if you want you can cover your entire face and be completely protected. And like I said, they also make pants. So I wear those when I'm outside and I'm wearing a dress or a skirt, or if you were wearing shorts and you were in the woods or something, that would really, come in handy for you. I'll put links to both of those items down in the description box, so in case you're interested in something like that yourself. Anyhow, let me know if you're interested in the topic of herbal medicinals or edible weeds, and maybe I'll make a few more videos on it if there's an interest for it. I do have some videos out there already, and I'll put a link to them at the end of this video. But anyhow, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you learned something. I hope it helped you out one way or another. Like I said, comment, that would be great. Subscribe, that would be awesome. It was nice talking to you, and you take care.